sorry I didn't listen to you, see. It was Colin who was the instigator in all of this. And the thing is, I knew right away that Richard was an asshole. See, I knew right away. But neither Stoney nor Colin nor Phil, who came later, had even remotely had that attitude or treated me the way Richard did from day one. That is why I let my guard down, Selena. And the thing is, even after last week, when I was like, okay, I'm counting my losses, these men aren't my friends, that's it, you know? Colin went out of his way to write to me and tell me how upset Stoney was that I was mad at him. So I let my guard down again, and I thought, you know, that's it, we'll let it go. It's water under the bridge, and then I'm bombarded with new comments, which proves to me that Stoney had said no such thing to Colin. You see, I was played. I was played big time. All that needed to happen was for someone like Richard to come along. That's it. Come along and put me down, and then men who, you know, I had thought wouldn't do something like that to me went right along with him. Joined the bandwagon of And the bottom line is, and I'm putting this out to all of you, to any of you, doesn't matter who you are, you guys know everything about me. I know nothing about you. You can sit there and say you have a girlfriend or a fiance, and where's the fucking proof, you know? Not to mention the fact that Colin only bothered to tell me about his supposed fiance a few days ago. All these months he never breathed a word of her. Okay? All these months that I've known him, and now these men, particularly him, getting explicit with me, and is going to turn around and say that oh, I was just doing that to make you feel good, and this, that, whatever. Fuck you, don't do me any favors, you know? Don't do me any fucking favors. I have enough men out on YouTube who I know genuinely find me attractive. And I also get responses via my various personal ads from men who indicate that I'm attractive. I don't need any of you so-called friends of mine to pretend you find me attractive just to fuck with me or supposedly make me feel good. It's bullshit. And a real friend wouldn't do that, right? Another thing Colin did was he was fucking with me, sending me things that he Googled my name, and he's trying to figure out where I live. I mean, you know. For the record, Stoney didn't do any of that, but it doesn't matter. because all along he's been lumped in with Colin, and then he introduced Phil to my channel, and they apparently know each other. And they can deny it all they want. They were getting on my case. Not Stoney, Richard and Philip and Colin. They were definitely getting on my case. Richard was this who wants to see your towel videos and your wet hair and whatnot. Well, go fuck yourself again. Any of you men who don't find me attractive, that's your right. But you're not going to sit there and act like that I'm a fool to think any men find me attractive when I know that they do. You know? Fuck you. Oh my God, if I learned my lessons, Lena. Unbelievable. They definitely were getting on my case. And you can read the fucking comments. The proof is in the comments. And then they turn around and act like I'm crazy and what's wrong with me for telling them to lay off and not get on my case. And they're trying to say we don't care about them. We don't care about what kind of videos you create? Then what were you saying it for? None of this would have happened if you had just left me the fuck alone. You know? Unreal. It's mind-blowing to me. Because none of this would have happened had they just left me the fuck alone. Of course, Richard's not going to leave me the fuck alone. So I got my, after all these months, I get my proof with men who supposedly, won't go out of their way to be mean to me or whatever, going right along with Richard. You know? Unreal. Mind-blowing to me, actually. Because I just went through this last fucking weekend. And that should have been the end of it. I wasn't going to have anything to do with them. And Colin personally writes to me and comment. I don't even think it showed up publicly. I didn't see it. Saying, we do care about you, you sexy bitch, and this, that, or whatever. And Colin and Stoney's all upset and whatnot. No, it was all it was all bullshit. So I went and let my guard down again. Thinking everything was cool and everything was fine, and oh my God, I'm so fucking stupid. This should have been the end of it last week. Instead, I sit there and stick up for them, and they're sorry, they didn't mean it, blah, 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 and then I get bombarded by more, even worse derogatory comments. Unfucking believable. I do have a right to be upset because this never would have happened in the first place. If they had shown their true colors right up front, like Richard, I don't just automatically trust somebody, They have to earn it. Unfucking believable. So it's going to be the moment of truth where we find out if Angel, if the food worked at all. Don't know what's going to happen if the food didn't work. If people are choosing to watch my videos and interact with me, then I'm not an idiot to think that these people like my videos, and if they interact with me and indicate some sort of whatever, caring or whatnot, I'm not an idiot to think that's how they feel, you know? Why not just not interact with me? Just be one of all the thousands who watch my videos, you know, just to make fun of me and don't sit there and tell me that you're my friends. Like Colin most definitely did. I have the fucking proof. He can deny it all he wants. We are your friends. We do care about you. Stoney's all upset that thinking you're mad at him. Unbelievable. It's not going to happen again. It shouldn't have even happened this week. It wouldn't have. I was done. I was done, and Colin went and wooed me back. He lured me back. Intentionally tricked me. It took a great deal for me to trust these men. I don't do it easily at all. It took a great deal. Because I knew from day one they're not, you know, we're having back and forth intellectual conversations. They're not just puppy dogs who think I'm pretty or lusting after me or whatnot, you know? So for me to have trusted them, they had to earn it, and they did. And in the end, they turned on me. Unbelievable. I don't even know why they were watching my videos, seriously. Your videos are boring and redundant and everything. Why are you watching them? No one's asking you, no one's making you. It doesn't make any sense. But I know I didn't automatically trust any of them. They earned it by being nice. That's my downfall, my weakness. If someone's nice to me, I believe that they're being sincere. And that's it in a nutshell. There's no other way to explain it. The same thing would be the case in real life. If you're being nice to me, I'm gonna believe that it's sincere. And I wouldn't even know how to believe anything to the contrary, you know? I mean, and the only reason I ever recently said what I said, I was only joking around regarding Stoney and his so-called girlfriend or whatnot. Shit-faced and joking around. Bottom line is, even other people would back me up, is why were these men even watching my videos or trying to establish some sort of friendship with me or whatnot? Why were they even doing it, you know? I know why someone like Ryan watches my videos, because he thinks I'm beautiful, and he's like, you know, and he likes me. But that wasn't the case ever with Stoney, Colin, and Philip. So why were they even watching my videos? Seriously. Doesn't make any sense. But I'm certainly not a fucking fool to think that why are you gonna waste your time? I'm not a fucking fool to think that, you know. The thing is, what that bunch marketing was trying to tell me is these men aren't even, he said if you do reverse, he's trying to tell me they're not even who their profile pictures are. But whatever, you know. I wasn't lusting after any of them. And I certainly wasn't expecting them to be lusting after me. And there was no reason for any of them to ever say one goddamn complimentary thing to me, unless it regarding whatever, but not regarding my looks and body and whatnot, or make any sexual innuendos towards me unless they meant it. That in itself proves that they weren't the friends they profess to be to me. You don't do shit like that. Period. You don't fuck with anyone like that if you don't care about that person at all. So I was a goddamn fool. That's all. It won't happen again. I genuinely was enjoying my back and forth banter with these men, you know. And my fondness for them had absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with whether or not they found me attractive. Unfucking-believable. To my downfall, they were nice to me. Richard was an asshole from the get-go. I saw right through him. Even if he was pretending to be nice, I saw right through him. And never felt that way about Stoney or Colin or Philip. Especially about Stoney. And then Philip too. Colin sometimes would get a little whatever, but nothing to cause me to put my guard up. Especially Stoney. I had no idea why. But I had no idea why he would like me. And I'm not talking about in any kind of sexual or romantic way or anything. I had no idea why he would like me, but I genuinely felt that he did. So, I'm a goddamn fool, that's all. I remember for probably a whole fucking month, at least a month, I believed Stoney was completely other than who he was. And I never rejected him, never, that was the most puzzling thing to me. Why are you even bothering to watch my videos, and then in the end you're gonna bitch about them? There's a comment right there from Phil. Laura, how are we supposed to know whether or not your videos are shitty? It's like, oh my God. Like someone's holding a gun to your head to watch my fucking videos or listen to them, as the case may be. You know? I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I expected nothing from any of you. Nothing. Nothing. All they expected is for you to not treat me like shit and to not try to get on, not get on my case about the kinds of videos I was creating, You can deny all you want you were doing that because the proof is in the comments. Even if Colin's gone, Stoney's, Philip, and Richard's comments are still there. This was supposed to be all over last weekend, and it would have been. It would have been. And Colin just couldn't let it go. He had to lure me back. Lure me back to be his punching bag so he could, hurt me even more. Like I said, unbelievable. So Phil and Colin are gone. Richard never mattered to me. And hopefully Stoney will just go away. I won't be interacting with any of them anymore, so I'm sure they'll disappear eventually. I won't block them. They can post whatever they want, but I've sued, I'm sure, once they don't have, me responding at all, they'll just go away. Because it won't be any fun unless I actually, give them fuel to work with. Won't be any fun for them, and I'm sure they'll just go the fuck away. They were never friends, and they weren't even fans. They were simply fucking with me while secretly seeing me as nothing but a joke, and I don't need it. Don't need it. Any of you can think whatever the fuck you want about me. But I certainly had no obligation to interact with you when you treated me like shit, you know? Guess it's unbelievable. It's alright. Live and learn. I'll let any of you who care, I'll let you know what happens with Angel. Good night.